man, I'll give you the choice where you want to go next, man. We could talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, what is really happening inside that building. There's also what happened last night.
How about more weird AFC North quarterback stuff? How about that with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, what's going on with him? How about that?
So last week on Sunday, he goes to the locker room in the second quarter after he's grabbing his wrist, right? It's his non-throwing wrist. They list him as questionable. They never ruled him out in that game. And my understanding is part of the reason the Steelers did not simply rule him out, which they usually do, was because Aaron Rodgers was in the locker room telling the doctors, I'm going back into this game. And they're saying, no, you're not. And he's going, no, I'm going back on the field. It was a lot of back and forth. That's now continuing into the practice week here, where he has a small fracture in that left wrist. Right now, it's not something that would prevent him from being able to play. Mike Tomlin talked about at the start of the week that you can protect it. You can put some type of, padding, something to stabilize it here. The risk you have of Aaron Rodgers going on the field is if he takes the wrong type of hit and lands on that wrist, you could end up with something that's a displaced fracture, where right now he doesn't need surgery. Then he might need surgery. It might heal on its own right now. Then if you displace it, it's not going to heal it on its own. That's the risk factor that the Steelers are dealing with right now. Aaron Rodgers, from the time the injury happened, again, in the locker room at halftime of that game, he was pushing to play. My understanding is he has been pushing behind the scenes to play this week against the team that he, of course, is part owner of in Chicago. But it is going to come down to a medical decision. Aaron practiced on a limited basis on Thursday. I was told he looked really good on the field. Aaron's acknowledged that, it might be something where maybe there's more shotgun and pistol snaps as opposed to being under center just because of how the ball hits your hands when it's being snapped from under center. But I would tell you this, Rich, the simplest way I put it is if it's up to Aaron Rodgers, he is 100% starting on Sunday against the Bears. But there are other voices, including the doctors, who are well aware of the risks, and that's why he was held out of the game last Sunday. We'll find out probably in the next 24 hours or so here whether or not they are going to allow Rodgers to play. He's 41. He knows he doesn't have many more opportunities like this. He wants to be on the field. But there are times where teams have to protect players from themselves. We'll see whether or not that ends up being the case here leading up to Sunday.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.